Alright, I'm here. Hello, welcome. I have a dancer with me. She wants to hit me in the face with her tail. What are you doing, sweetie? Hey. Psst. Can I have your head, not your butt? Okay, just run. But hi, I'm here. I think we're gonna try to do some Abyssal Sire today. Specifically because we got the Slayer task and we have yet to get an Unsired. We are 83 kill count in with no Unsired, and I want to say that it's 1 in 50. Let me check. Hmm. It's 1 in 100, not 1 in 50. So we're not quite on right yet, but we're getting pretty close. Okay, I know I'm gonna need that. Gonna do some Barrow's gloves. All right, we're gonna gear up. And now that I am not focusing every bit of my attention onto the hardcore, we might actually get a kill. Well, we got a kill last time, but it was pretty messy. Put those there. Then it's that. Oh. Excuse me. Why are you like that? Stop that. We need prayer potions, food, and anti-poison. I'm gonna take the antidote 3. We're only gonna take, I think, 3 prayer potions. We're just gonna take some not so full of these. Am I missing anything else? Strategy, equipment, teleport tablets. Yep, that would be important. I do need teleport tablets. You right. Doinkus, yoinkus, and boinkus. Did I buy the? No. Are they bought though? They are. I am getting ever closer to 99 smithing. I did the math yesterday, and I need like 75,000 bars. And if I really focus on it, I can do like 20,000 a day, which means I only need like 2 more, maybe 3 more days. If I like really hammer it out, pun intended. But I also need to finish up Giant's Foundry, which I've been whittling down for quite a bit now. So I think I'm gonna try to finish up Giant's Foundry tonight. Okay, I hate that that's 1050. Just do that. I like my 25k. Alright, let's go get a kill. I don't really think... Oh my god, I brought 2 range type potions, not... Guys, it turns out I'm incredibly dumb. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I'm dumb. I forgot I switched it. Guys, it turns out I'm even more dumb than I previously believed. Air runes. Now we need the combat potion. Now we can do the Shadow Barrage. I'm like the Scarecrow, if only I had a brain. I had me a couple Oreos. And do you guys ever notice when you have Oreos, doesn't matter how careful you are with them, you always end up getting a little bit of Oreo residue around your mouth? Avocado. I think I got it. Nah, that was terrible. Alright, let's try this again, but with a brain this time. God damn it, my hardcore needs attention all of a sudden. Gotta love that. Okay, there we go. Oh god, I'm standing on that. Jesus. I am dumb as hell. Oh, well. Okay, I just got stacked out like crazy. Alright, well, I botched that to hell and back, apparently. Oh, this isn't a good start to things. That's for damn sure. Let's do it again. I don't know if it's my headphones or what, but like I keep randomly losing sound. Alright. Let's try this one more time. We still got damn near everything, so... I'll bury my own bones. I'll honor me with my own sacrifice. Yeah, I caught her doing it the other day too. Really? Just... We really should look into getting her a chew toy, for crying out loud. Back at it again? I am indeed. How you doing, Ryan? Did you get your 50 agility? What's up, Mr. Shmee? How you doing today, sir? Good to see you. Nice hit. 46. I mean, that's still pretty close. I'm doing the Valheim thing. How's Valheim? Crap. We got law runes. You love it? I should return to Valheim at some point. It really was a fun game. I was just so disappointed with, like, they promised so much and delivered so little kind of deal. You know what I mean? Also, it's officially into September, and I gotta be the bearer of bad news for everybody, but sure kind of game, slow and steady. Understandable. But yeah, I'd hate to be the bearer of bad news, but as it currently stands, we aren't, ow. What? Why did you hit me? We aren't really all that close to any of the goals to keep me streaming. We've seen movements in some regions, but it hasn't been significant enough to do an impact. I was looking at it last night. Beep, beep, beep. Crap, ow. Alright, here we go. Next up. Run back. Crap, that's not what I wanted to drink. God. I'm dead. God damn it, man. Like, it's so bad. It ramps up from nothing to everything all in a split second. And I'm really, really getting annoyed with attacking the little dudes instead of attacking or moving. And I can't freaking, like, move or swap the click with them because I die if I try to. It's terrible. Been advertising my channel at the GE. I don't know if that's actually going to do anything. If anything, that might turn people off from the channel. I appreciate the thought, but, like, if you think about it, there's so many people at the GE who are like, ah, man, first 20 people to subscribe to this channel get 500 mil or whatever, right? I don't think I actually would see much. I mean, maybe. It's tough to say. I don't know, but I appreciate the thought, though. It's nice that, you know, you are trying. Alright, let's just grab myself and go back to the bank. Of course, I get this on the hardcore. Hold on. I have to deal with annoying nonsense. Why? Like, all I want to do is AFK, and game is like, nope. And then when I get back, it's gonna be all ruined again. Put all those away. Man, it's like I knew as soon as I left. And I get a... I hate this. Whatever. We'll just sit there, hopefully get something. Every time my character leaves the spot for even a half a second, it's like, BAM! Gone. But yeah, so... doing the old statistics stuff. August was bad, but also good. Which sounds confusing, but I'll explain why here. So, been working to, like, work, we're trying to get to the point where, we're making, like, $25 a month on the channel. I think it was 25. Let me double check. It was either 25 or 35. I have it written down.
Go lay
down. $35 a month organically on YouTube. So that makes this even worse. So we had the technical lowest amount made this month. And that was at a walloping 20 bucks, which is bad, but when I give the context of it, it actually isn't as bad. I think Dancer is getting in trouble. So the last couple months we've had like a whole bunch of super chats and gift subs and stuff like that, right? And if I look at that, well, gift memberships, I guess you could say, if I look at that compared to what we earned this month, it was all just regular, like either ad revenue or people having their own memberships, no gifted memberships kind of deal. And we didn't have any super chats or gifted memberships and all that, right? We made, like, I want to say $3 or $4 more this month than we would have normally from the other months. So even though we made more, like in June and July, if we take away the gifted stuff, the non-permanent stuff, or the things that can fluctuate the most, like the gifteds, we actually made more. But we have 1 month, well, 1.5 months for an increase of $15 per month. And that can be in any regard. Now, we also have been slowly doing a lot better in regards to new subs and stuff like that. Old school RuneScape, especially the hardcore Iron Man series, has been doing pretty good as far as generating new subs. But even with that said, it's still not enough because we haven't hit 2,400 yet, and we need 2,500 by October 17th. So that's our closest possible outcomes, and we're still quite a ways away. Come on, pop out a Scion real quick, or a little dude. I mean, I'm not gonna give up, but it is a thing where, like, I made this a hard cutoff on purpose. Right? I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, this is a hard cutoff. We didn't hit the goals that I said we needed to hit, but I'll keep streaming anyway. Like, we are moving forward in a sense, but not as much as I said we would need to move forward. And that's the problem. There we go. We got the swap left click on the spawn. Battle salves, that's pretty alright, if you ask me. So why is she getting in trouble? She wants attention. She just wants some loving. Don't yell at her for wanting attention. She always is. It doesn't matter. It's not like she's being bad. That's great. That's not how cats work. Don't yell at her for wanting attention. Yeah, that's not how that works. Yes, probably, but probably not as much as I currently do. The amount would be significantly lessened, and the amount that I'd be on Discord would also be significantly lessened. I saw him. What am I gonna do? What do you mean? Like, about the fact that the hard cutoffs coming up, or what am I gonna do just in general? Yay, a double battle staff drop. That's what I wanted. Or back-to-back battle staffs. I mean, so old school RuneScape has been the current hope as it stands. So like, it has the best chance at succeeding in meeting these goals, meeting these dreams that I have. Will it? I don't know. We would need the hardcore series to just randomly blow up like crazy. And like, it's already done better than most of my other series, but there's still a lot more that it needs to get, if that makes sense. And then after, it'll be a manner of like, I need to get one of them conventional jobs, as people call them, and that's just gonna kill my body. And it'll be like, oh yeah, I got a job, but like as soon as I get home from work, I'll probably be wiped for the rest of the day. I won't be able to do shit. I mean, hell, we went down to my mom's yesterday, after stream to clean her place, and after I want to say like an hour or two of cleaning, my body was like, nope, no more. You've reached your limit. Got it. She, I, I wouldn't say good, but I wouldn't say horrible. Um, right now, like, she technically walks, but every time she moves either of her legs, essentially, it causes a great deal of pain. Um, so like, she'll go to get up out of the car or something like that, right? We went out and got her some groceries and everything. And when we got out of her car, she like took 10-15 minutes to be able to get out of the car. Well, maybe not 10-15 minutes, but you know what I mean. It took a long time for her to be able to get out of the car, and that's just a simple like stepping out. And like it's pretty bad. The yeah, the biggest worry right now is that what is happening? There we go. The biggest worry right now is that whatever damage has been done from the neurosurgeon not actually doing his job is probably going to end up becoming permanent. Even if she gets back under the knife, the nerve doctor doesn't even know if she's going to be able to have full feeling back in her legs, or if she does have feeling, if it'll actually like not hurt or anything like that. Because the neurosurgeon, so to kind of explain what we found out before I start this kill. So my mom, she went into back surgery. They were supposed to remove a piece that had broken off and was starting to move its way up the spine. But on top of that, they were supposed to help get rid of a bulging disc and put everything like back into place, like start adjusting her back in a way that it wasn't going to be a problem anymore. And we expected, because they were doing that process, she was going to get some rods and screws in her back to like keep the pressure off of it and make sure that, you know, it doesn't come back. Well, he went in, he did an incision like this big, like no lie, like this big. The scar she has is like this. It's crazy. I'm not exaggerating. Like, he went damn near from bottom of her ass to like a quarter of the way up her back. It's insane. And he only took the piece out. He didn't get rid of the bulging disc. He didn't get rid of like any of the issues. He literally just was like, oh, I'm just gonna take this piece out. It's like, why did you need that big of a cut if you were taking out a piece that was like a couple centimeters? And it's just, it was terrible. And because of that, she felt better for like a week or two, and then because her back wasn't being supported in the way that it was supposed to, all the little things that he tried to do to make it a little bit better for her undid itself, and then some. Like, they removed pressure off of the nerve that was causing her legs to start to go numb, and everything else. It just immediately went boom, nothing. And it's just bad. And so she went and saw a nerve doctor on Monday, and or nerve specialist or something like that, and they don't think a brace will actually help, because it even hurts to like touch her back, and the brace would squeeze her back in a way that it would actually hurt. So they're afraid it would actually do more damage than it would help. At first, whenever the surgery just happened, maybe, but right now, like, they're afraid to do anything without cutting her open again. They're afraid, because like, so the nerve specialist got x-rays and like looked at all of the scans, like physically got the copies of the scans to look at with my mom, and the neurosurgeon was supposed to remove the piece and fix the bulging disc. He removed the piece, but nothing else was touched. Nothing. Not a single thing was touched. And because of it, the nerve specialist was like, we have to do a couple more scans. Like, they need to do an MRI and a CT scan. But she's probably need to go back under the knife. And if she does, even if she does, it's not a guarantee that she's actually gonna have full motion or a life without pain in her legs kind of deal. And like, that hit my mom super hard, because she's a rather active lady, and one of the biggest things that she always said she feared is not being able to walk or take care of herself. And you know, Dragon and I went down to clean her place yesterday, right? And she felt guilty that we came down and cleaned her place, even though she can't do it. Like, she should not be even remotely trying to clean her place. She can't even bend over. She can't stand for more than like 10-15 minutes. Like, it's bad. And so like, honestly, I'm afraid if it is going to be permanent, because her mental state is not going to be able to handle it. I don't know how she would adapt. It was like her biggest fear going into this, and because of a neglectful doctor, her fear may be realized, and I don't know what's going to happen from it. There we go. I have to eventually try to finish up the combat achievements here. No, that's the worst part. So, the doctor, whenever he was done with the back surgery, he was like, all right, you've got a couple things that you need to really look out for. If they happen, you need to come in immediately. The doctor, pretty shortly after, ended up leaving the practice. What's up, Renzo? But he was like, if the pain doesn't get better or worsens, come back in. If you feel any pain or numbing in other parts of your legs or body, you need to come back in. If you lose your bladder, you need to come back in. Like, there were so many things that he was like, if this happens, this is a really bad thing. You need to come in, like, immediately. And a couple of those things happened. And so she called the doctor's office, like the neurosurgeon's office, and they were like, "Oh, it's just a yeast infection," or "Oh, it's normal. That's fine. Don't worry about it." Like, the "oh shit, this is happening" thing that they said to look out for, and they do nothing about it. Like, we're thinking that the neurosurgeon was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be leaving the practice soon. I just want to get the money for a surgery. I'll say I did more than I did so that I can get as much money as possible. But at the end of the day, I really don't care what I actually do." And that's essentially just what he did to my mom. Because, like, there's absolutely no reason they should have dismissed her like that. Like, if it was something like she had a weird tingly feeling in her fingers or her leg or something like that, like, okay, sure, maybe. But, like, you literally tell her, hey, this is the big stuff that you need to worry about, and this big stuff happens, and then you just, no, it's fine. Yes! We finally got an Unsired! Hell yeah, let's go! Alright, let's see what we get. Hopefully we get something good. No, he's gone. It's like gone to the wind. His practice won't even like answer her calls anymore. It's that bad. Like, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I told her she needs to start looking into a malpractice suit because this is beyond bad. All right, let's see. What do we get? Bludgeon accent. Okay, I think that's the blade for the Abyssal bludgeon. That's pretty cool. 2 collection log slots there. Yeah, it's a literal shit show beyond shit shows. And, like, all my mom wanted was to get her legs to stop being numb. And the only reason why she went was because she randomly stopped being able to use her one foot. And, like, it was supposed to be a super simple, super routine thing that had absolutely no complication whatsoever. And now here we are with complication central because a doctor didn't do what he was supposed to do. Didn't wear the or put on the archer's ring. No, I don't want the spawn. I want the sire. So that's... Wait, it's not saying that I got the bludgeon accent? Okay, whatever. Let's just go here. Yeah, so we got 2 of the pieces so far. 1 piece, 2 collection log slots. We need 2 more pieces, a jar, abyssal dagger, and the pet. But yeah, so like, that kind of reaffirms the whole hard cutoff as well, because it's like, if I'm gonna have to, or if mom's gonna be in a really bad state and she's not gonna be able to start taking care of herself, then, you know, I need to be able to make sure that home life is good so that if something happens, I can go down and help her. Like, she'll hate it, but it's a thing that needs to happen. Otherwise, you know, she's gonna fall or something's gonna happen, and there's not gonna be really anybody that can help her. Like, Chris and Marissa are back up in the area, but it's still not something that like, they have 2.5 kids. I say half because he has half the custody on his one kid with a different baby mama, right? Being able to just drop everything at a time is something that they won't be able to do most times. They'll still try, but like, it's understandable. They have a life that is very much taking up all of their time, you know? So, yeah. Hence hence me not sleeping very much recently. I mean, it's no secret how close I am to my mom, and like, seeing her be unable to do really anything that she used to love doing is really tough. I can only imagine how tough it is for her. I also hate my mom in a way because she raised me to be a caretaker of sorts. And so, like, I want to just take care of everybody and that I can. And so, I want to make sure that I can try to take care of Dragon. I want to make sure that I can try to take care of my mom. And it's like, as much as I love stream, I'm not currently doing enough to be able to take care of people that I love. Could I? Absolutely. But that could be such a long ways away. Even if old school RuneScape keeps growing, it could potentially be so far away that it's not something that's sustainable, you know? I just got spanked by the tentacles. So yeah, that's been the headache of things recently. Okay, that's enough out of you there, Sire. Keep climbing the mountain. Well, the mountain of YouTube and content creation I've been climbing for a while, and after Mixer, I just was never able to, you know, plant my feet and climb again. And that's where the whole, like, I have to be real with myself and with what's going on currently, with the idea that, like, even if I want to keep climbing the mountain, I have to make sure that I can have a foothold before I climb. Oh, we got some brews. Oh, crap. And, as far as climbing the mountain, I don't know where or how to climb at this point. I've been putting the thinker caps on a couple people in the community, trying to figure out, like, how can we replicate someone else's, well, not even replicate, but, like, how can we take what made other people successful and bring it to this channel? And there's a lot of things that were like, oh, this would be great, but I just have no way that I could do it in a way that is, you know, on brand for myself, or works well with how I would normally create content or anything like that. Like, we need some kind of shorts. If I can start getting like 1 or 2 shorts out a week even, then, you know, I would be looking at some potential growth in subscribers, even though it wouldn't be the most natural, and it wouldn't be like people who'd come in to stream regularly. It would still be subscriber growth, which is something that I said we could use. But like, the thing is, like, old school RuneScape is what people are drawn to from me currently. And making shorts on old school RuneScape is very difficult, because there's not like a high action thing that happens. There's nothing that goes wild and crazy. So I've had ideas for shorts, and I see how, like, I want them to look in my head, but like trying to bring those to life is just like, I don't know how I could do it, you know? Side note, we've been doing a hell of a lot better with our Sire kills, which is kind of nice. I mean, I people being haters and people doing, Dragon's having a breakdown, I think. I don't know. She's broken. She just started going like this at me, and I don't know what that means. A bunch of haters showed up on your shorts. Yeah, I mean, so people hating on me and people being negative towards me has never been an issue for me. One of the biggest things that I've always said is you can't troll a troll, and there's nothing that anybody else could say to me that is any worse than what I'd already say to myself. right? So, like, I'm not worried about that. Can I attack, please? Thank you. I had to say something about doing better with the kills. And I died. I had to say something about doing better with the kills. As soon as I open my big fat mouth, I just absolutely get thrashed. Now pet both at the camp. Scared who off, the dog or the owlbear? Well, you're the one who sexed Sparkle Teeth. That one's on you. Boom, 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 boom. We've definitely lost money because of the deaths so far. And I mean, it's my own dumb fault that I've had deaths. But, yeah, we've definitely lost money. Like, I could have easily just teleported out when it was starting to look a little sketchy, but I didn't. No haters. Yeah, and I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's always going to be two sides to the same coin, you know what I mean? You're going to have sometimes where things go great and, like, everybody loves everything that you put out. And then there's other times where it's gonna go not so great and people are just gonna hate on every little thing you do. No matter how much you try to make them happy with the content that you put out, they will just always hate it. That's just the facts of content creation there. The thing that I always say is, like, so I especially love when I start getting like crazy haters who are like adamant and really like stand true to their belief of how much this content sucks, because I farm interactions off of them, which is hilarious because they'll be like, "Oh, this is terrible." Blah, blah. I'm like, well, I mean, you watched it, so what's that saying about you? And they're like, just like dozens of comments back and forth, and like that shows up in the algorithm. It doesn't matter that this person is like, I hate this. It's enough to make the person talk about it, and so the algorithm's like, hey, maybe we should put this out. So like, even though, you know, it is a bit of a mental hit sometimes when people are like, oh my god, you're garbage, such a piece of shite, let me just flush you down the toilet. I don't know why they started going Australian there. Don't ask. Ow. But yeah, I never care if I get haters or people who want to try to be assholes like that, because I just farm impressions off of them. It does. And that's like the saddest thing. I've talked to a couple of people and I was like, what can we do? Like, what is a possibility that can be done to like really start putting the algorithm into our favor? I say our because they are also content creators. And the only thing we ever come up with is we just need to be a part of some kind of controversy. Like, every single time there's controversy of any regard, good, bad, whatever, it could be the worst thing in the world. Look at who the hell is it? I think it was Alinity or something like that. She did some really shitty things with her cat, and people were like up in arms about it, and like she was the worst person in the world. How dare she stream and all this other stuff. it died down now. Nobody really thinks about Alinity anymore, right? But here she is. She got so many viewers, so many eyeballs on her content because of it. And, like, her channel, for lack of better words, just blew up. Her whole brand blew up because of it. Rune swords? That seems like a bad drop to get. I don't like... I do not comment thumbs down or anything. Remved claws. And so... I have the same thing, Shmi. I'll watch something and I'll be like, man, this is really good, and I will not interact with it. And I've been trying to break myself from it because, like, especially for, like, Jarv or Hal or anybody who I would normally, like, really want to support and see succeed in the content creator space, every single interaction helps. Especially if you average anywhere from like 2 to 3 interactions per piece of content you put out. If you get an extra, say you get 3 interactions on average, right? Whether it's likes or comments. Oh, I didn't have my necklace on because yay, clicking fails. If you like one time on their video and don't even comment, that's 25% more interactions than they would normally get, which means it's 25% more likely that they will actually get put into the algorithm and put into more people who watch that kind of content. Like, it seems silly and dumb, but like, every time someone says like every like helps, every comment helps, whatever, like, it actually... No, walk here, you freaking dinglebutt. It actually does a lot, especially for content creators who are just getting started. So, I learned how the trending tab on YouTube works. YouTube actually did like a whole thing where they talked about it, because it was this thing where, like, oh, the elite top content creators are the only ones who get to go onto the trending tab. They're like, no, that's not the case. How a trending tab works, I didn't... Oh my god, I really hate that it doesn't take all of my clicks sometimes, man. So, how trending actually works is, if content does better than it normally would on average, it has a chance to hit the trending tab. So, say for example, my videos right now, because of it being the Hardcore Iron Man series, they average roughly about 100 views, right? And maybe like 5 to 6 interactions. If I hit a moment where... Oh, really? I have a video get 1,000+ views with like dozens upon dozens of interactions, I would hit the trending tab and would see a significant boom in all of my analytics because I hit the trending tab. That's how videos become trendy. Like, there's no secret sauce, there's no, like, you have to know the right people. It's quite literally just your one of your videos has to just hit right, and once it hits right, you're good. Like, Bob's your uncle, Joanne's your aunt, you're getting thousands upon thousands of views. That's all that needs to happen. Which seems like a really, like, oh yeah, that you only have to do this. Like, it's a tough task, but like, to be fair, it is a possibility. I've been seeing more and more channels that aren't like these top-notch, like, high-end channels actually hit the tab because of that same instance, right? So, like, it's possible. And honestly, if my Hardcore Iron Man series goes well, it's very possible that, like, I could hit the trending tab. Really? I got cool? That's not very cool. So yeah, I mean it's a big possibility, and it's one of those things that, you know, nobody really thinks about because they always think that it's a, oh, well, it has to be this. Where are you going? I'd love to get another Unsired drop today. Two prayer potions and then food. Really, Ryan? That'd be kind of cool if you did. But I mean, the trending tab is interesting as well, because like it also makes me wonder if you would so there's promotions. Like, hold on, I'll show you guys this, because this is something that I've been like, would this actually work? Let me pull up YouTube Studio for you guys before we get into another Sire kill. Oh, hey, we got another subscriber. We were at 23 whatever. So if we go to content and we go to promotions, there's this, right? And this is something that really makes me like, would this actually be a thing that would actually work? You can go through and you can select a video. Like, say I want to go with the beginning of the Hardcore Iron Man series, right? And then put where you want to target and how much money you want to put in for it. So if I would put in $200, even if I make it so that the promotion ends next week, I would generate 800 to 1,000 views for the $200 that I put in. But these are called promotional views, and you would spend $200 maximum. The promotional views isn't a total amount of views, subscribes, likes, whatever that your channel gets. So, for example, say we do to the 5th and we do a $100 budget. It's 400 to 500 views for $100 by the 5th. If my channel starts generating views, like say they do the first day, like the 4th, or we'll go the 3rd tomorrow, and they put a little bit of money and it generates like 50 views from the promotions, and then after that more people start talking about it, that could generate upwards of like 100 to 200 views on that alone, right? So by the end of the promotional period, the potential, especially if it's content that people truly enjoy, the potential for this to end up going in a very strong manner is there. But it's like, is it actually going to do it, or is it just going to be I put money into it and then I see a big spike and then it just falls back off? And like I did a lot of research on it. I've been like looking at it constantly, like, is this something that would actually work? Like, what is this essentially? And there's people who are like, it works, but it has to work on something that's already doing good, right? Like, I have my Temtem series. The Temtem series had like 7 views per video. If I tried to put my Temtem series out in front of people, it's not going to generate very many views. It's not going to generate very much interaction. However, because my Hardcore Iron Man series is already generating a couple hundred views, then there's a good possibility that it'll work. But it's not a guarantee. And I don't know how it will work, because like the only people that I've, when I looked into it, seen say yes or no has always been people who have like maybe a couple thousand views whenever they put the video onto the promotion, or they have like 10 to 15 views when they put it onto the promotion. It's never like a couple hundred views kind of deal, right? So I don't know. But like, I've said all this for a point. Would the promotional views have the potential to actually put my channel on the trending tab? If I generate, we'll say 200 views in one day on a video, and my normal is like 50 videos or 50 views a day on the video, would that in turn put my channel onto trending? All because I did the promotion. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. And it's like, this is where I wish I had some kind of money to invest into this stuff, because I love working with stuff like this. I love sitting here and like looking at analytics. Did this work? Did that work? You know, that kind of deal. This is where I enjoy content creation the most. I love looking at numbers and doing research. Because it is a thing where, as content creators, we're always looking to do the best we possibly can for our followers, our communities, right? Ow, god damn it. And so, like, it really just reaffirms the, like, I want to know how all of this works. And unfortunately, I can't invest in it, but perhaps one day. I don't know how many kills I want to do. I think maybe we'll do up to 100 kill count today, and then we'll go do something else. It's already 1:30. And honestly, I've been enjoying just talking to you guys about this stuff. Yeah, if only it was that easy. Unfortunately, that's not how content creation works. And honestly, I wouldn't want that to happen, because then someone else grew my channel for me. I didn't grow my own channel. And like, yeah, it'd be really nice because, you know, growth. But at the same time, it's like, is it going to be growth that is there and then we plummet back down to where we are now? Or is it going to be growth that actually is sustainable and we continue to grow? These are the questions that we must ask. And I mean, maybe I'm approaching content all wrong. I've always looked at it in a regard of like, I need to make sure that whatever kind of thing I do is sustainable for the long run. And maybe I need to just do spur of the moment, like, this works and does really good kind of thing, you know? I don't know. I could be looking at it completely wrong, and you could be right. I'd need to get someone to be like, hey, look at this guy. He's a cool dude. There used to be a way to make his animation stop. 2 new weapons, flamethrowers, enemies that don't resist fire. I was gonna play Crab Champs last night, but we didn't end up getting home until super late, and I was just kind of wiped, so I just chilled on RuneScape and worked on smithing. I'm so glad we're hitting zeros. That's what I want. Really? Are we not going to be able to hit? Thank you. Come on. Actually hit something. I need to just telly, I think. Yep. Damn it. God, that's annoying. I hate whenever my character's just like, nah, we ain't gonna actually do any damage. That's not how we roll here, bro. Shout me out in my next video. There we go. We got the big creator shout out. Done and done. Final lead enemy is a third island melted in seconds. Really? So wait, did they start adding like resistances? So if something is a like fire skull or whatever, it doesn't, or it takes less fire damage? I mean, that's nice, but also sucks at the same time. It's nice that they started to like put in that kind of deal. It makes you have to be more strategic with your choices, but also, god damn it. Now we can't just go through with electric and stuff like that and just automatically keep killing things. Okay, that wasn't it either, because it didn't even let me shoot. The fire stack goes down way faster than usual. I mean, that's not bad at least. Boom, 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 boom. Are we really gonna do this? We're gonna do no damage thing again? How about we don't and say we didn't, yeah? Why do I not attack randomly? My character just will stand there like, am I supposed to attack this or am I supposed to just stand here? come on. Thank you. Yay! Another Unsired. Hell yeah. We'll just go back and bank after this. Actually, we got another Unsired. I think we'll call it on the Sire today. Let's see what we get out of this. Lightning shot and such on the flamethrower. That seems a little overpowered. Girl turned out to be a scammer. Yeah, I mean, that'll happen. That's the problem with online dating, man. It's sometimes really hard to find somebody. Ask you for money on PayPal? Oh yeah, 100% scammer then. Alright, what do we get? Give me the pet. Oh! We got the jar of miasma. That's our second ever jar. We can put that bad boy into the house. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what you like to see. And then I have Sire and Kraken. God, we would need to kill 4,132 Sires for a Slayer level. We were getting 8k Slayer experience an hour. What is the drop rate of the... Who's the what's its? Jar of Miasma is a 1 in 9. Okay, so it's not like it was anything crazy. The Abyssal Dagger is a 1 in 5. And the Abyssal Orphan is a 1 in 25. I mean, that's not too bad. I really don't want to whip from it. We already got whips. You're on your mobile now. Enjoy your walking of the dogs. No, we'll go back for one more kill. We need to try for the back-to-back. Shmi, you got so many YouTube accounts, man. All right, we gotta at least try for the back-to-back Unsired. I mean, that's how things go, you know what I mean? I will say, and it's confusing you, you should be able to just like log in on all of your devices to one account. I can help you with getting all that worked out one of these days if you want. I love hitting zeros. Somehow changed the other day. It just loves you ever so much. Boom 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 boom. Put it all back together. Yeah, Humpty Dumpty that shit. I just want to point out that the kill that gave me the trouble is the kill that gave me the Unsired. Coincidence? I think not. Ow. No, back to back. Keep that on, recharge the energy. Well, we got the means, so we might as well just finish up a 100 kill count. It's not like we got absolutely thrashed that kill. Hey, crackhead. Don't even think about trying to get up into that window. Don't even think about it. So, I obviously have a window in the office, right? Well, the cats usually love going into the windows, but the only window that they can really get into is the window in the living room because it's huge. And Dancer loves getting crack from somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. And she'll decide that she wants to, like, just randomly jump up into it. Well, she tried to do that with our bedroom window the one day. At 4 o'clock in the morning, while Dragon and I were sleeping. And, it went to be expected. She went, tried to jump into it, made a whole bunch of noise, and then fell because there wasn't enough space for her to land on it, and made even more noise. And it's like 4 o'clock in the morning, and Dragon and I got scared shitless from it because we were like, oh my god, someone's breaking in! No, it was my cat being a dumbass. And so she's been determined now to try to get into the window in the office, and it's like, yeah, no, we're not doing this. We're not reenacting that night. Alright, 100 kill count. What do you give me? Rune kite shields? Really? I mean, I guess it's something. Thank you for all the likes today, by the way. I appreciate you guys. It's kind of cool that we got the jar of miasma. Like, I know I can buy all the jars, but it's kind of cool that I am going through unlocking the jars instead of buying them. We got a mill here. Let's sell off our loot tab. I'm keeping them old boots for socks. He said he wants them. If I can't trade them, I'll start an old boot collection. There we go. Nice. Brings us up to 14 mil cash stack. Which means we broke even, technically, on killing the Sire today, because we were at 14 mil at the start of the day. That was a quick mill. That was from 3 hours of both Gauntlet and Corrupted Gauntlet yesterday and about 2 hours of Abyssal Sire today. So, it wasn't that quick. I just save things up and sell them in a burst. And reset. You know what? I think we're just gonna chill for the day. I've been enjoying just sitting here and chatting. Quick for you. Fair. I think we're gonna go do Giant's Foundry and just kind of chill and chat for the rest of the day. Oh, of course you would. You dang random event. Are you gonna... random events. I swear, random events love to hate me sometimes. There we go. Yeah, let's just go chill and do some Giant's Foundry. Chat it up a little bit. I don't feel like doing anything. Whoopsie. I don't want to do anything too crazy right now. I'm kind of like tired and just want to chill. What's up, Nate? How you doing, man? We're a little over halfway to being able to get these. That'll be nice. We're 1,500 away. We can hit that pretty easy. I actually have to switch this to the resizable classic because otherwise I can't fit everything on screen. It's just annoying. Nate, well, I mean, hey, Nate likes to keep things fresh and new. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. Shipped out those 4 necklaces to your friend in Tennessee. Hell yeah, dude. Open that up. We'll just do some smithing and chilling, you know. I kind of want to finish getting 99 smithing here in the next day or two anyway, so this will just give me more progress towards that. My neck and back hurt. Guys, I hate fibromyalgia. 0 out of 10, I would not recommend. Glass artists make me a custom glass cup, sort of as a payment. Damn, dude, that'll be nice. Can't wait. Really? Listen, nobody wants your miles and miles of little brown piles there, sir. Get out of here. Get out of here. Nate, you're just gonna need to change your name to Glassman. You're gonna be our local glass expert. Nate, the man of glass. Oh, damn it. I didn't see that we were done with that. Damn it. We gonna lay back a little and chill. I'm really happy with the progress today, though. We got 2 Unsired. I was almost on rate for 1, and I was like, oh, we're not gonna get it until we're on rate, and then we got 2 before we hit the rate for 1, so Ned the Glass Man. Oh, there you go. See, now you just need to be Nate the Glass Man. People can always be assured that they're gonna get ornate jewelry. Boom, there's your catchphrase, there's your catchline, there's the thing that you need to tell people. I got ornate jewelry over here at Ornate Glassland. Dude, I got you. Like, there's your whole brand, there's your sales pitch, there's everything you need. Everybody's gonna be able to get ornate works of art. I really hope I have enough stuff that it'll God damn it. I meant to hit 5, not 4. I hope I have enough stuff to finish Giant's Foundry up. It'd be like 2 hours at Giant's Foundry to get a level, but we'll probably be on for about an hour and then we'll call it. Like I said, we mostly just chatting at this point. This is just background for people to, you know, have a visual while we just chilling and chatting. So it's not just my face. You're a toke boy? I don't know what that means. Don't forget to buy my candy. It's not actually my candy. I didn't make it, but you can still support me by buying it. Your old drummer gave you? Does it have like a meaning, or is it just like... God, can't stretch. Every time I went to stretch, I had to do another thing. Ah, that's bad. I mean, smoke? Oh, interesting. So you're Smoke Boy. Not to be confused with Mist Boy. Why didn't you know about him? Because you just missed him. My dad jokes are top notch and nobody can tell me otherwise. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people would mistake you for him. You laughed at that? See, I got this. Dad jokes on lock. It's funny, like, Dragon and I have talked about, like, you know, having a family and stuff like that, and, you know, the future, right? And, I was like, you know, there's one thing that I already got on lock and key. Don't have to worry about anything. I got the dad jokes that'll make both her and the kids be like, come on, really? Got the sick custom penny coming that you scored for cheap off a beginner glass blower. Glass blower, he said. Shopmate also threw one of his pennies in there. Nice, dude. You're just happy to have any glass? I mean, I can, like, go break a window and ship you the glass shards if you want that. Like, pay me 20 bucks and I'll give it to you. Like, I just smash a window. You can have the shards from it. And they call that any glass. Really? I didn't actually need two there? That's annoying. Melt it down. So, there's always something that I've wanted to do, but, like, I don't think I'd ever actually be able to do it. So, Nate, you might know this, but others might not. Did you guys know that glass is actually a liquid? The the glass is a hardened liquid, and that's why, like, it keeps the same exact density whether it's molten or not. And so yeah, exactly. Um the one thing that I've always wanted to try, but like it'll never be something that's viable to actually do. I want to get like just a random piece of glass and have it so that it's over a ledge and let it just sit there for a long ass time, right? And I want to see if I can start to eventually see it going like this. I think it would just be really, really cool to see that happen. You know? But what is it? Like it would take like 30, 40 years for that to actually occur or something like that. And so it's like as cool as it would be to see, there's no way that it would ever actually happen. Which is unfortunate, but you know. We live with the things that we must, as they say. I know, I know. Shut up, notifications. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool to see. I imagine someone has done something like that before, though. Like, if not your average person, like, at least a scientist or something. I wonder if there would be actually, like, a scientist did it to prove the theory kind of deal, and here's a video of the time lapse of it happening. But, you know, with that theory, it makes me wonder, like, why do windows not lose their shape after a while? Like, what makes the windows quote unquote special? Or do they and we just don't realize it? Like, we just neglect to see it. Because if you think about it, you got houses that are like hundreds of years old with, you know, the same windows that they had when the house was first built, and the window looks normal. Like, why isn't it starting to bulge at the bottom from the glass moving down? I have a very inquisitive mind. I love thinking about and working out why stuff like that happens. Don't mind me. We're at 120 swords made. What are we at? 2,800. So we made 2 swords, 3 swords, and we got 400. So 3 swords for 400. We would need 12 more swords. So about 13 or 130. We'll check it at 130. That should be enough for the next piece of the smithing outfit. How do you do this? You need to... There's a quest that you need to do. I don't remember what quest it is off the top of my head. But you do a quest and like the giant guy that's right next to me, or that I keep going back to, he'll have you make a sword for the quest. And God damn it, I didn't want to do 2. After that you unlock it, and then you just get like weapons or armor or whatever, and you put them into the crucible, and when you put them into the crucible you end up getting a certain amount of whatever, and it'll take, like, I'm doing the warhammers and battle axes, it takes like 14 bars, or 14 bars worth, I think is the proper way to say it, because if you do 14 bars it'll work, but if you do like 2 plate bodies and a full helm, it'll be the same as if you did 14 bars. And you'll just do that, and you get the assignment from the dude, you do the thing, and then you just keep repeating it. It's pretty quick experience. Um, Probably some of the fastest smithing experience in the game. But it is kind of tedious at times because you have to be really careful. It can be profitable, but only after you start getting into like combining mithril and adamant. I think steel and mithril might... Oh crap, I need to go down further. Damn it. Steel and mithril might be profitable. Or certain items, certain pieces of equipment from them might be profitable. I don't know. You would have to look it up and research. I bought this stuff a long time ago when I looked it up and researched it. And I don't remember any of the stuff that I had looked at. Well respected in Glass World, so he's been able to get you even better discounts with some artists. Hell yeah, dude. It's always good to know people. But yeah, the mini game... Oh crap. The mini game, or the quest will teach you how to do the mini game, and then I mean it's... Oh my god, I'm so dumb. I'm messing this up. I'm not paying attention. For some reason I thought it was hammer, not grind. Don't mind me, I just have no brain. Hey sweetie. What you doing? Come up, say hi to dad. Mom wants to give you attention, go bug her. What you doing? You on crack today? Yay! Sword look good. Hand over. Broadlight. What? Why? Okay, it freaked out for a second there, but we got it. I don't know if I'll have enough items to actually finish the collection log. I'll burn through them and see how close we get, and then if I need to get a couple more, we'll just get a couple more. This is the only smithing based collection log that there is as far as I know, so this is really the only one that I need to green log before I get 99 smithing. Hi Simba, I didn't realize you were there. What you doing, buddy? He's sniffing my leg. I don't think Simba even knows what he wants to do right now. Reminds you of the Hobbit game? I don't think I've ever played the Hobbit game. You gotta pick him up. He's too fat and lazy to jump up. Gotta help the old boy. His knees don't work as good as they used to after all.
You jumped up here before. Don't pretend you can't.
Simba wants attention, so he's trying to get on Dragon's lap, but he doesn't want to try to jump up there. And so he's like, pick me up. He's like, I don't know if I actually wanted to be here, but I'm here now. You gotta at least pet him, otherwise he doesn't know why he's up there. What are you doing? This man is so confused. Ugh. So here's something really weird. All right, I'm gonna share like the weirdest crap ever with you guys. All right. So next week there's a lot going on. Like a lot. And it's not even a lot of which like it's throughout the week. There's literally like 10 things happening all on September 6th. And it started to freak me out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. You get the smithing room running? Oh, really? Narrow, heavy. You got it, daddy-o. Okay, it's really starting to bug out over there. Good lord. Alright, so you guys ready for this? This is gonna, like, I'm gonna show you guys how almost creepy things are. So, September 6th, that's when Starfield drops. But also, at the same time, that is one of the days, so Dragon's supposed to be getting something back from her college on September 6th. Um, the ring that we had get repaired and resized for her, the engagement ring, is supposed to be done on the 6th. Um, oh my god, there was so many other things and I can't think of it. But like so all of that, right? And then like started getting ads for the Aerosmith tour. Right? They're gonna be touring and they're actually starting in Pennsylvania and then um they'll be traveling from there. And the day that they're gonna be in Pennsylvania is the 6th. God damn it. I was trying to take care of my freaking hardcore and I'm messing up the sword. And then it looks mid. Oh, I'm gonna be playing the hell out of Starfield. That's gonna be the game that we stream for a while. When Wednesday comes, it's an open world with nothing. It's an open space game, and it is gonna have stuff. If it doesn't, then Bethesda just shot themselves in the foot, and they'll never be able to actually recover because they've been working on this game for 15 years. It better be the best damn space game I've ever played. All right. Um. But yeah. So like all of that is happening, right? And then my mom, she has to go into the big city on the 6th to do something for her work. And then she also has like she's got like two or three things happening for her work that it's like is going to be a super busy day for her, right? Which don't worry, I already yelled at her for. Um and it's like, all right, whatever. So there's that. And then she also needs after work she's getting her car window fixed because the motor in her car's uh the driver's door for the window to go up and down, it likes to mess up, and when it goes up it'll be like wee. It's ridiculous. I make fun of her every time for it because I never have the issue, but she does because I very rarely use windows. But yeah, so she's getting her car fixed on that day, and it's like, okay, what's happening for the rest of the week? Absolutely nothing. Literally zero. And so, like, we made the deal because there's way more going on the 6th than would be normal, right? And like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens in a day, right? But it's never like things were planned to happen on that day. Right? And I think I'm missing, I'm technically supposed to have a doctor's appointment on the 6th, but I think the doctor's office screwed me on that, so I might not. So it's like there's a ton of stuff. So we called my mom last night whenever I saw that's where the Aerosmith tour was gonna, or when the Aerosmith tour was gonna be, right? And she's like, okay, that's just a little too weird. I'm like, yeah, I know. And she's like, if one more thing happens on the 6th, we have to play the lottery. And I was like, I'll let you take me to the casino because there's way too many coincidences happening here. Like I've been waiting on an email back that I'm really really hoping it works out because I really want this to be a thing just because one, it'd be fun, and two, it would make it so that we have things pretty much taken care of. But like I was like, if I get the email back for it on the 6th, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like I don't know what I will actually do. I will like poop myself. I don't know. It's like crazy. Yeah, I really like Aerosmith as well, and I was like, it would be kind of cool to go see that. Like, right? Like it would be. expensive by all means, because like it's a last minute ticket. But it would be cool to go see Aerosmith live. They're calling it their Peace Out tour, which tells me that it's probably going to be the last tour that they ever do, right? And Aerosmith is one of my mom's favorite bands. She's been listening to them for longer than I've been alive, and I was like, that'd be awesome. It would be a nice little thing that we could go do, and so I was like, all right, I'll look at tickets because knowing my mom, if they're like, not too bad, she'll be like, all right, well, let's just go. It'll be a fun time. It'll hurt her back, but she'd still go. Uh, but yeah, so looked at the tickets and the one I don't want to miss a thing. The the venue that is closest to us is actually the one with the cheapest tickets. And they're $118 per ticket. And already we were like, oh god, no, we're not gonna go with that. And we're like, maybe if it was a little bit later, or like if it wasn't so sudden, it would be cheaper. Like, you know, maybe that's the case. So I was like, all right, well, just for kicks and giggles, because she's like, man, I know Aerosmith's good, but I don't know if it's $118 good. I was like, all right, well, let me look and see if it's just because it's so close to the show date. So I started going through and looking at like other venues that are like months like it would be a month or so in advance if we got the ticket for, right? And every single one is more expensive. Some getting upwards of $300 per ticket for the cheapest ticket. And they're starting to sell out, mind you. And so I was like, okay, why is this the cheapest ticket? Well, it turns out if we would have gotten those tickets, so I wish I could like show you guys somehow. You have the stage like in the middle. It's like a stadium almost. And you guys know how stadiums go. They'll have stuff all the way around, like seats all the way around it, right? Well, they're in the middle, but if you've ever been to a concert, you know that they'll usually have like a backdrop and all this like really cool stuff behind them as they perform and everything. Those tickets would have been behind the backdrop. So we would be there listening to the music, but we wouldn't be there watching it because we would have to watch a monitor or a TV in order to be able to see them. And so I was like, "That's dumb." All right, what are the tickets that we'd actually be able to see them? The cheapest after that was like $250, and we're like, love Aerosmith, but we'll just listen to them for free on the radio. It's like, damn, the fact that they're still pulling that kind of money and they haven't really released anything new or anything, but like that's some crazy money that they're pulling, man. I mean, granted, they are probably one of the most known rock bands that have ever come out of America. Like, I don't know of very many people where you go like, "Oh yeah, Aerosmith." They'd be like, "Who's that?" Like Aerosmith has been everywhere, right? Do you want to make that kind of money? You and literally everybody else. And I mean, to be fair, they marketed it perfectly. If this is their last tour, they haven't said for certain if it's their last tour or not. But it's called the Peace Out Tour, which makes people think this is the last time we would ever be able to see Aerosmith live. we need to pay whatever we need to pay to go see them live. And it's it's a genius marketing strategy. Like I can't fault them for such a genius strategy of theirs, you know? It's like good on you, man. You done did good. But yeah, I don't think we'll ever actually see that kind of money, Ryan. Uh Aerosmith was one of the pioneers of today's hard rock. Yeah, exactly like that. And these names are big enough that if they say, "All right, we're gonna do one more ride," everybody's like, ah! Just a a massive mess of juices everywhere. You know what I mean? You picking up what I'm laying down? Just don't lick it off your fingers, because that's probably gonna be salty. Yeah, I mean, it's a great idea. They did good with it, and I would love to go see it, but there's no way in hell I'm paying 250 some odd dollars to go see Aerosmith. Like for if we would go to like Evanescence, the $250 tickets would get us damn near like right front row. You saw Black Sabbath? That'd be cool. Who was it? Megadeth. We actually got to see Megadeth. They were opening for Five Finger Death Punch. Not long ago when we went to go see Five Finger Death Punch, we got to see Megadeth, and it was cool, but also not. Like, why? Why are you messing up so bad? Just chill. Saw Rush. That'd be a that'd be a band to go see. I haven't thought about them in a while. But yeah, so I used to love Megadeth, like Megadeth's music. That's like how everything about it. I was like, yeah, Megadeth. Oh my god, the lead singer, he had a bout with throat cancer and he beat it. Great, good for you. But oh my god, you know how like Megadeth used to have like that really strong, powerful voice. He could scream and like do all this crazy stuff. Dude, he can barely talk now. I like. Don't get me wrong, it was cool seeing them live, but they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna release a new album, and it was like, well, that's great and all, but who's singing? Because it shouldn't be this guy, and it was the same original singer, and like it's 98% just the band playing, and then you might hear like, oh yeah, let's do this, like that soft, just always going so good, ah. It was like, dude, I appreciate the commitment to try to be able to like be a part of the band and follow what you love with singing, but like throat cancer is no joke, and despite him beating it, like his voice is gone. It I more felt bad for the dude over actually thought it was cool. Like, dude, come on, man. Don't let your legacy end up becoming this. Like, yeah, it's cool. You still had the balls and the courage to sing after it, but like, don't let your legacy be that, man. That's so bad. But I mean, they're happy. He is a great guitarist. You're not wrong. He did do some shredding on the guitar during the performance. So as their outro song, this is what had like Dragon, my mom and I laughing so much during the outro, or like right as they were about to like go off the stage so that Five Finger Death Punch could play. He's like, "All right, we're gonna do one more song," and he starts talking about like this, where he starts talking about like um how he had his spurt with throat cancer and this and that, and as he's talking, he's unbuttoning his shirt, and he doesn't have another shirt under the shirt that he's unbuttoning. And I looked at both Dragon and my mom. I was like, you know, in the back, production is going, no, no, please leave your shirt on. You're old and saggy now. And oh my god, he was old and saggy. like he thought he was really cool. He like flared out his shirt so you could see his chest, and no. Like it was the worst idea he could do. It was almost like, yeah, you know what? I may be old and saggy, but people still find me sexy. Ugh. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this dude is just doing this right now. It's like, put your shirt back on. Again, I love the commitment. I love the courage to do this, but Legacy, great before this tour. Looking kind of questionable post tour. I'm gonna be honest with you. We started getting close. I'm sure it tells me maybe like one or two more swords we might get it. Sounds like something you would do. Yeah, it was just like, dude, come on, man. Don't do this to yourself. Don't do this to the audience. Like, we get it. You were a sex icon for a while, but you're like 70 years old now, and you went through cancer and all this other stuff. You're not as sexy as you once were, my dude. Like, calm down. But yeah, I mean, the band still played great. I just feel bad for him with how bad his throat was, and he couldn't sing anymore. Oh, but yeah, that was my comedy that I got to enjoy for that. Oh, really? You're really gonna go and do that to me? Yeah, so going back to my original point, if some shit happens on September 6th, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm throwing it out there. Hell, even if I was told that I have a meeting in response to the email that I've been waiting for, and they want to set it up for September 6th, I'm still gonna lose my mind because that's at least like an email. I also just realized that there's a slim possibility that they could be listening or watch this in the future. It's, it would be the craziest shit in the world if they were like, haha, let's do that. Oh, that would be good though. It'd be a nice setup, but also, I just like, no, wait, maybe, I don't know. Your band bassist who fired you because you fired his bassist David Ellefson. Man, so a lot of people don't know this about me. So I don't sing. I don't do any kind of thing like that anymore, right? And It's because when I was younger, like 16, 17, friend and myself were going to get together with this one guy and do a death metal band kind of deal, right? And I was gonna be the lows, and he was gonna be the highs for the screams, right? And so practice with it, and I didn't practice properly, and shredded the crap out of my throat, really, really bad. That's why I don't sing anymore. I used to have like a halfway decent voice, and now it just sounds like a dying cow. I don't even think Dragon has heard me sing, and we've been together for 3 years. But at the time, I thought I'd want to be like, oh yeah, the band life. It'd be really cool, travel around, do stuff. Looking at it now, I don't think I'd want to deal with that. Being completely honest, I don't think I personally would want to try to sit down and like go traveling around all the time. I mean, I might. You're not wrong there. I might. So wait, does it? All right, one more sword and we got the next piece of the outfit. Um, but yeah, like I don't think I'd actually want to be in that situation anymore. Like I don't know. Traveling around and seeing the country slash world because the band is doing venues or doing performances in different venues around the areas or whatever. That'd be kind of cool, but I don't know. I band life just seems like something that it would have been fun as a kid, but as an adult, I'm like, I'm all right, man. I don't really want to do that. Like the only reason why we never actually got anywhere as a band, even though we were starting to try to do like practices and stuff like that, we were trying to set up times, was actually, and you'll laugh at this, our bassist ended up being a dill hole, and then he left, and then we just never found another one, and so everything just fell through. It went from like everybody was like, "Yeah, let's do this," to "All right, we ain't gonna talk about this really anymore, so it's just gonna die off, and that's that." Be on a bus, unable to do anything. Yeah, and I mean, like, obviously, Dragon and I are like settling down and starting our future together. I wouldn't want to like not be able to do that because I'm constantly traveling, right? Like I want to be here for the highs and lows, and especially like it really kind of hit me how that kind of is for people whenever we saw or I saw that Five Finger Death Punch, the lead singer Ivan Moody, is leaving Five Finger Death Punch after this tour or after the next album. He said one more album, and then he puts up the mic. At least for metal, and he announced it while on tour for on the tour that we saw him at, and he's like, I've been away for so long, and it was when he was in his hometown or where his family is, and he brought his kids up on stage while he was talking about it, and he's like, I promise these two that I will do one more album, and then the tour life is done. I the metal life is done. I've missed enough time with my kids. I want to be able to spend the rest of the time that I have left with them without missing anything else. And it's like, man, that no, I'm pretty sure he's still putting the mic up after this next album that they're gonna drop. As far as I know, he's still sticking to it. He's not. He's done with metal music and touring. I mean, they've been doing it since the early 2000s. Like they've been constantly on tour. Five Finger Death Punch. If you look at like all of the statistics of some places, Five Finger Death Punch has toured more than any other band that has come out in the early 2000s. And like I respect the decision. That's great for him. He decided that he's gonna put up the old whatchamahoozits, the microphone, and go spend time with his family. Go do family things, and it's like it's respectable, man. Also, we only need one more thing from. My God, Giants Foundry is bugging out today. Good lord. This helps if I can spell right. Yeah, I mean, it's weird to think about. Nobody ever really thinks about that. It. I guess technically speaking, Ivan kind of made a song about that. How everybody thinks that the rock and roll life and the tour life was just all fun and games. Like if you go and listen to Champagne and like actually listen to the lyrics, it's him talking about how he's kind of just done with the tour life. I mean, one of the parts is I barely get to eat, and when I finally get to sleep, and I get drug out of bed for another meet and greet, shake the hand of every fan, put on a happy face, uh, spread so fucking thin, I'm all over the place. I hate riding on the bus. I hate riding in the planes. Date my suck, just kill the pain. I have no life, forgot the hope. The whole thing is just one big joke. Like it's no surprise that the man is putting up the microphone after that. Like he's straight up saying that he's not happy with the tour life anymore. There's no hiding it. Yeah, if you haven't actually, I probably got some of the lyrics wrong. I haven't listened to the song in forever, but like, if you haven't actually listened to it, I think it sums up how like tour life would be for any band. Like, I feel like that kind of life is just not for me, man. I don't think I'd actually be happy with it. And I'll fully admit, I'm 100% one of those people who just heard Champagne, like, oh yeah, it's fine. But yeah, it kind of hit me. It was interesting. 'That's 20 to 3. I think we'll go until 3, and then I'll call it. After that, I'm just gonna be chilling and making adamant plates. Or I should just finish up the collection log here, and that way I'm just done with it. I don't have to worry about coming back. I can just finish 99 smithing. Yeah, and it's crazy how your mind changes for stuff like that. And I mean, I guess as kids when we're growing up, we always just assume like living that kind of life is just it's so nice. Like that's what every kid wants to live. Luxury and fame and really really great things, and it's like that's not how it actually is. I really should just commit to this and finish up Giant's Foundry. I'm so tired of seeing these items in my bank. And I do technically get money off of this. Oh, I just popped my shoulders. Ow. So I've been doing some thinking, going on to or almost going back to where the channel is and like the goals and hopes and possibilities for continuing to be able to stream and stuff like that. I'm wondering if I just like if I'm playing RuneScape, if I'm just live, doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'd just be live. I'm wondering if that would do anything. 120 bucks a show and got no women, no fans, nothing. So I'ma just throw it out there. If you were going for women and fans, you were in the business for the wrong thing. Even if you were in it for the money, whenever you do something, it doesn't matter what it is. Whenever you do something, it should be because you're passionate about it, not because you could potentially get money or fans or fame or women or anything like that. If you go into it with the idea that, oh man, I can be this cool rock star that every girl wants to be with, no girl's gonna want to be with you. And that's just solely because girls don't want that. Yeah, you'll have those people who are like, "Ah, man, the women and the fame is great." But usually underneath all of that, it's still like they started to nope, lost it. They started to get famous long before they started going for women and fame or money. And speaking from experience, Ryan, I know like you really wish you had a girl and like that's one of the things that you really want over pretty much anything. Trying so hard to get it and trying so hard to make yourself look appealing to the women is the reason why you're not getting any. Because the more that you try to like build yourself up and be this like, oh man, women surround people like this. They surround people like that because that person does it effortlessly and they don't have to be like, oh man, I do this and it's the exact same thing as everything else. And like I should be really cool like these guys. Like, no, you're trying to do that and yes, that sounds completely ass backwards, but yes, you need to start doing stuff that is more natural for you, right? Like if you're trying to chase after a girl, you're not going to get the girl. If you're trying to impress somebody, you're not going to impress them because there's always going to be someone better. right? There's always going to be that person who's going to be like, oh, well, this person is just better in all regards. Why even try in the first place? And that's to say, like, you shouldn't try it, like, at all. But, like, you need to just be you. You need to just do what you love, enjoy yourself, and don't think about, oh, I could get this person or I could, impress this woman or whatever else. Because chances are, if you have to work that hard to be able to get that girl to pay attention to you, guess what? As soon as you get all wrinkly, saggy, or you aren't putting out for them, they're not going to be around anymore. I learned that the hard way. As soon as you aren't the exact thing that caught their attention, they're gone. Every single girl that you have to work your ass off to even remotely try to impress will leave you at the drop of a dime, and you will be standing there like, what did I do? And it's nothing that you did. It's just they found someone better. Blue moon rises once more, forever shall it rain down with its powerful rays of the ocean breeze. Did you see the moon last night, Badger? The moon last night was gorgeous. But yeah, it seems weird, Ryan. It seems very ass backwards. And like I said, I'm speaking from experience. I used to try so hard. And that's fine, but you have to be trying to be better for yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to matter what I think. It's not going to matter what anybody else thinks, your friends or your family, or speaking in a metaphor though, well, last night was a gorgeous moon. I gotta tell you, you missed out on a gorgeous moon. But how you doing, Badger? Good to see you. But like, and this is actually something that I tell Dragon a lot, because she also tries to like please everybody and make everybody as happy as possible. You're never gonna please everybody. You're never gonna make everybody happy. You're never gonna get everybody's attention. And at the end of the day, we as a society are more inclined to look at something, be like, oh, that's cool, and then go to the next thing, be like, oh, that's cool. And then whatever we looked at originally, it just fades out of our memory entirely. What you need to do, used to watch, is back to streaming on Twitch. Hell yeah, dude, that's awesome. What you need to do, Ryan, is find what makes you happy. Like, if working out constantly does make you happy, then sure, go with it. But don't be doing it because you're thinking you're gonna get fame, money, girls, whatever from it. Think of it as this is the person that you want to be, and it doesn't matter if you get ripped, or it doesn't matter if you miss a day because you're busy that day, or you're just not feeling good, or whatever. Do it because you enjoy it. And that's something that I had to come to terms with a long time ago. Like, you can't be doing something with an ulterior motive. It, especially if it's not something that you can live off of, i.e., content creation or lifting or anything else. If you're going to do it with the expectation that you're going to get something more than just the enjoyment out of it, one, the enjoyment will eventually go away. You'll be discouraged from ever doing it again because it's just not going to work out in that regard. And two, whatever you were expecting is just not going to happen. And that's like the cold hard truth of it. It's just it won't happen. I promise you. Really? What is happening? I promise you, the minute that you stop trying to go after girls with the thought that, like, oh man, lifting will make me look so cool and buff and all the girls will love me. The minute that you just start doing, man, I really enjoy lifting, and I feel good after I'm done lifting, and that's all that matters. You're gonna find a girl who doesn't care if you lift every day, doesn't care if you never lift. You're gonna find some random girl out on the street that's gonna catch her eye. She's gonna find interest on in you, and there will be nothing to do with how much or how little you work out. Nothing at all. I promise you that's gonna be the case. Because you ready for this? When Dragon and I met online, it was through Facebook dating, which is weird. I don't use Facebook, obviously, but I was pretty much done. I'd thrown in the red flag. I'd tried everything. I'm not a social person. I don't go out and like go to the bar to get drinks or anything like that. It was the height of COVID. I was like, I'm never gonna find somebody. A friend of mine was actively trying to find somebody, and it's actually I'm the godfather of her kids. Her baby daddy left her, and she's like, I just want to find somebody again. I'm ready. It's been a while, but like, she was ready to get into a new relationship. So she's like, I want to try Facebook dating, but I don't know how I feel about it. And after like a long conversation, I was like, all right, if I make an account on there, you make an account on there, we both give it a shot, see what happens. She's like, yes, perfect. So I made an account on there just because I like with my friend. I was like, we'll try it together. I had no expectation whatsoever with it. I really thought that it was gonna be just like, oh, it's this and then bust, and like it'll just fade away after a while, no big deal. And then I met Dragon. Wasn't trying. Had no care. Didn't expect to find anybody. Left myself open to the possibility of finding somebody, but I never expected to find somebody. And then I'm going to tell you another secret. When doing any kind of online dating, the number one thing that you never want to do, there's a couple things that you don't want to do. So, first, you don't want to ask them to meet up. All right. Especially if you guys just connected on there and it's like, oh, well, and I mean that goes back to what I was telling you the other day. Like, eventually we all get saggy. Eventually our appearance on the outside goes away. If you find a connection with someone, even if you don't find them fully attractive on the outside, after you are with them and talk to them and just enjoy their company, it won't matter how they look anymore. You could be with someone who's just completely not your type, but as soon as you connect on that emotional level, it's not going to matter. It won't matter at all. But anyway, so things that you don't want to do. You don't want to be like, hey, let's meet up. No, absolutely not. You don't want to be like, hey, can I just text you? I never use this app. No. Don't be like, can I have your Snapchat? No. Talk on the platform. You're like an electric eel, ready to shock people as you go inside. Full of zappy energy. Close enough. I like the idea of that you're shocking people as you go in. It just makes me imagine you're like about to go have sex and it's like there's just little electric bolts coming off your dick, and like as you go in, it's like those little like, you rub your feet on a carpet and then like touch somebody and give them a little shock, but it feels like that as you go in. That's how I like to think it. That'd be some weird ass shit, dude. But cool. Have never tried dating, and I mean that's fine. Like, there's a stigma in the world that like you have to find somebody, you have to do this, you have to be happy, you have to have your happily ever after, whatever. You don't. If you don't want to date, you don't want to date. If you're happy just being you, yourself, and you, then be you, yourself, and you, and don't worry about it. Like it. Who cares? But like when you are willing and ready to go date, you just gotta respect them. The So again, from experience, if you start talking to somebody, and this is in general, if you start talking to someone and they're disrespectful in any way, not even to you, just disrespectful to anybody, anything, they're not going to be a good person to be with. Because if they're so quick to shit talk somebody else or something else, they're going to be just as quick to shit talk you as soon as you aren't up to their standards. And again, you don't want to try to meet up, or if you're doing online dating, you don't want to go, "Hey, let's meet up. Hey, let's do this. Hey, let's do that." Talk to them. Get to know them. Especially if you're going after a female. Us males, we're pigs. We are absolutely the worst. And Dragon and I matched on the Facebook dating, but guess what actually made her be willing to talk to me? I actually looked at her profile. I looked at her interests, and in the interests, she said she likes to write. She likes to write her own books. So what I did was I went to her. I was like, I did like the reply thing or whatever, and I wasn't expecting to do anything more than just have a small chat about it. I was like, "What kind of books do you like to write?" And she told me. I was like, "That's cool." And like she had a bad pickup lines counter or whatever,
Cheesy pickup line.
cheesy pickup lines. And funny enough, as soon as I had tried to talk to her, she added another one. I was like, "Was I the cheesy pickup line? I'm sorry." Like it was pretty bad. Um, but she was like, "Yeah, here, look. This is where my books are," and to this day, she still says she didn't expect me to even look at one of her books, let alone read it. So I went to her most read one, and I read the whole thing that night. She had gone to bed because she had to get up early in the morning for work. I spent the whole night reading the entire book. And then whenever I talked to her the next day, I told her that I did, and I have a feeling she didn't believe me whenever I told her, but I started actually talking about the book and talking to her about her interests. And that's what made me stick out versus every other person. I was actually interested in her, not looking for her to be interested in me. I So, Ryan, I would disagree. So, I don't know how to tell you this, but whether you're religious or not, it doesn't matter. God ain't telling you shit. All right. People are like, oh, I hear the voice of God. No, God ain't telling you shit. You're gonna live your life. You're gonna be the person that you want to be. No matter what you believe in, no matter how you believe, whatever. You're gonna love who you're gonna love. It doesn't matter. And there's gonna be someone who catches your eye, and you'll catch their eye, and there's gonna be a connection there. Nobody could tell you otherwise. After my, or like right before I met Dragon, I literally specifically said to my friend who I went and did the Facebook dating thing with, I was like, listen, I don't think I'm ever gonna find somebody because of the fact that I'm not someone who's social and likes to go out and do things. Gonna get back to work, have fun, and eat cakes. I shall eat cake for you. Thanks for popping by, Badger. Have a great rest of your day at work. Well, then I can tell you this: you probably read the wrong Bible because, so, all right, we want to go on religion. I'm gonna pretense this with I don't care what you believe in. I don't care if you believe that the holy god spaghetti man is going to come down and grace you with lifetime supply of spaghetti. Whatever you believe is whatever you believe. I'm an atheist. I I don't believe that there is a supreme power that's controlling our every action. But that's just me. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Do I want to be proven wrong? Absolutely. Am I open to it? Yes. But I was raised a Christian. I was raised someone who was very religious. My uncle, for example, he is a priest, right? So like I know a lot. I have a lot of knowledge in at least Christianity. And there's a couple things that people look at in the Bible, but it's in the new rendition of the Bible, not in the original Bible. First, in no rendition of the Bible whatsoever does it ever say one shall not get married. So, God ain't telling you that. I can tell you that much right now, Ryan. But then there's also that rendition of like, oh, well, it has to be male and female. No, love who you love. The original rendition of the Bible says, love who you love, accept everybody for as they are. And that's where a lot of people lose sight of things, and that's where there's going to be a lot of controversy, whatever. I don't care what people think. Love who you love. There's going to be someone out there. There's going to be, it doesn't matter, Renzo, Ryan, Badger, whoever, there's going to be someone out there that's just going to randomly pop up and be like, yeah, what's up? And you're going to be head over heels with them. They're going to be head over heels for you. You're going to go and grow old and saggy with them. Right, Shmee? Just picking on Shmee a little bit. He's the married man here. I'm only half married right now. So, yeah. Whoever told you, whatever told you you're not going to find somebody, I will promise you right now that that is not true. You'll find somebody. And it's going to be during a time where you feel like you've just given up. Exactly. Oh, yeah. And that's exactly what I do to Dragon, too. I mess with her all the time. It's kind of funny. She'll be going to the bathroom, like she'll be peeing or something like that, and I'll just randomly reach in and turn the light off on her. And she'll be like, "Babe!" and yell at me. Like the light switch is in reaching distance of the toilet, so it's not like she has to pee in darkness, but like it's still kind of funny. And she's telling me that I'm an ass for it, but it's still funny. And she calls me an ass, and then she tries to do the same thing to me when I'm in the bathroom. Too much, yeah. I knew it was gonna be too much. You gave up and then found Levshma. There you go. And how long have you and Levshma been together now, Shmi? You've been together for a while, right? I know you're married, but well, that's where boundaries come into place. Females have boundaries and males have boundaries. If that's something that you're like, oh, hold on a minute, I don't think so, then no. 35 years or so, there you go. A success story that has already ended in happiness. And that's another big thing that like people struggle with, primarily men. You're allowed to have boundaries. You're allowed to be like, you're advancing on this way too much. Take a step back, go over to Kalamazoo and say, how about no? Alrighty, thanks. And then you just leave it at that. Like, you're allowed to have boundaries. You're allowed to have feelings. You're allowed to be like, nope, that's not how we're doing things. You know? That's okay. Because if she wants to move in together, then, or live together, then that means she's in a really bad situation. She just wants to use you for a little bit of money so that she can get out of said situation. It doesn't mean that she wants any kind of attention or wants anything really out of you more than just a place where she can run off to. That's what that tells me. Now, is that the case for sure? Probably not. But for me, like if that's how somebody is, I'm like, I don't think so. That's a red flag there for me, you know? 1167. We only need 3k more. If we can get 3k more and be done with Giant's Foundry, I will be so happy. We're almost 95 smithing. I wouldn't say stop talking to her, but make sure that your boundaries and you clearly draw the line between, hey, that's too much, and oh yeah, that's fine. You know, and like if you're like, no, we're not living together, and she's like, oh, fine, I don't want to talk to you, then good, just let her go. Like, just let her walk away, because that's less stress, and you're saving yourself a world of problems. But if you're like, no, if we're gonna live together, I want to get to know you more, and see if anything more comes about from things. Because like, if you find her attractive, or you think that hey, you could see yourself dating her, and you're like, if we're gonna live together, then I want to be more on the same page with how we feel about each other, then make that known to her. And again, see her reaction. See if she's like, oh, I don't want to get to know you, I just want to get in and live with you. Then again, leave her ass to do whatever she wants to do, use whoever she wants to use, and save yourself a world of problems. And I mean, there's also a fair chance that her saying that she wants to live together is actually a test. Yes, inside is 110% more important. So, Dragon knows this, but I will tell you guys. Dragon isn't normally my quote unquote type. I liked small. My Evil X #1 was very petite. Short, small, 90 pounds soaking wet. I don't know why. That was just my type, right? Even though Evil X1 for me, like on the outside, was like, yeah. On the inside, after I opened my eyes to what she was doing to me, she was a 0. On a 1 to 10 scale, she was a 0. All right. And like Evil X2, it was starting to get away from the types, but it was, she was still like on the outside, she was like a, we'll say it, I don't know. she was still up there, right? She was still pretty high up there on the attractiveness scale, but it wasn't quite what I would normally go for. But I enjoyed her company. She was a little bit more like, oh yeah, I quite enjoy being around this person kind of deal, right? And then I found out the shady shit that she was doing, and like I realized just how much the inside was very unattractive and not good and not something I wanted to be around. And so I kicked her ass to the curb. And like again, not exactly my type, but I found her company to be very pleasurable. Still kicked her to the curb. And then we come to Dragon, and like Dragon is miles and beyond different than either of the either two evil X's. But the thing that I fell for before anything else, before I even saw like Dragon in person, was just her personality. I found myself really enjoying just sitting down and talking to her, especially when she started going off on her tangents about her books and stuff that she was passionate about. I would just sit there and she would like talk and say all this stuff, and it was like, oh yeah, that's really cool. Really, come on, game. I don't know why that's messing up so bad. And you know, even though I find Dragon to be very attractive, and I tell her this every day, and she always says that she's not, and then I flick her in the nose and then tell her again. It didn't start out as a physical attraction. It started out as I really enjoyed her company. And her company was specifically just over uh yes. I can tell you this. No, I flick. I don't pick her nose. Listen, I love her, but I don't love her enough to pick her nose, alright? I don't know where that thing's been. She's super excited because she's petting an owlbear and a dog at the same time. Damn it. But yeah, I mean, I don't care who you are. I don't care how good looking you are. I don't care how good you are at anything. Nothing, and I mean literally nothing, will ever, ever be like if you're watching porn. That shit is so staged, it's unreal. Yeah, Dragon just listened into what we're talking about now. She's laughing at us. You're never gonna have that experience. Ever. Yeah, it's flat fiction. It is all staged to be a fantasy. It's literally for people to be like, oh man, this is my fantasy. I want to live this. Ooh, boobs. You know, that's literally what it is. You'll never have it. Burst in your bubble on this, but you'll never have it. Just long story. She's getting ready to go to work and like took her headphones out and we're talking about this and she is so lost. She doesn't know if she should be concerned or what at this point. Done by athletes? I wouldn't even say it's done by athletes because even athletes sometimes don't hold up to the fantasies. Dragon's trying to catch up with chat, trying to see what the heck we're talking about. Man, we have some interesting fucking conversations on this channel. we just get to talking, and we get some weird shit coming out. Now, granted, everybody's experience, you're a weirdo. That's okay. We're all weirdos. Um, I'm no expert on any of this stuff, but I've been around the block, and I feel like I've done good with myself considering I put a ring on it. So, yeah, that's also very true. You're more likely to start wanting to choke each other and kill each other over getting closer to each other if you just jump right into living together. Dragon and I actually got really lucky with that. So, like I said, we got together right at the height of COVID. And we or her parents ended up being like, "Hey, we have COVID." And so obviously like oddly enough, she came over to stay the night for the first night ever. And I was telling her like that night that, hey, I gotta be like super careful because my immune system is hot buttery garbage. If I get COVID, there's a very very big chance that like it could be fatal to me. And then the next day her parents were like, hey, we got COVID. And Dragon was like losing her shit because she's like, oh my god, I probably have COVID. And like we were like, oh, well, I guess there's isolation. So like we had 2 weeks of isolation, and she was like constantly keeping an eye on me, and I had like Chubs and some and them all trying to keep an eye on me as well, right? Hey, Jeremy, thank you for the sub. Scared the crap out of me. I almost peed myself. I have to go pee. Thank you for the sub, though. But yeah, so it like ended up getting having to like isolate. We had only been together for like 2 or 3 months, right? and and so we had to isolate. We had to isolate in my apartment, and so what would have been just a one night together kind of deal, and then she goes home and whatever, turned into 2 weeks of us just being together constantly. And we got really lucky that we were compatible with each other because otherwise we would have probably strangled each other. So yeah, we are very lucky with this stuff. But that's usually not how it goes. I'll be honest with you. A person will find out all the things they don't like about you. Exactly. If you love each other first, those annoying things become endearing things. Unless you fart on them in bed and it sounds like you're about to let out the biggest shart in the world when you fart. That might not be something that they find endearing. Just a thought, but it's, it's something to consider. You don't want to like blast them off the bed when you roll over to get comfortable and your ass is towards them and you're just like and they're across the room. Like, you don't want to do that. That's something that will never be found endearing. But, other things. Nice. Bro, I don't know how 7 of 7's wife could handle it. Like, just hearing his farts on stream, like, the fact that they're picked up by a condenser microphone, like, oh my god. I don't I don't know how she survives. She she is a patient woman. Either that or she's right there with him and like he
blasts her across the room. She gets back in bed, and then she blasts him across the room, kind of deal. Because he's got a cannon on him, man. Because listen, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you're doing, I don't care what's going on. Like, 90% of every streamer farts on stream, and nobody ever knows. And yeah, and is belching. Well, I mean, that's not as bad. Deal breaker for you, really? You're not a big belcher? Like that? Oh, that one actually hurt. It came from deep down. Ah, the pain I go through for content. For Shmee. Yeah, I mean, I can see it though. There's a couple deal breaker things. Yes, like that. I got you, Shmee. You know, I had to reenact it to make sure that I understood fully what you were saying so that I could avoid it in the future. You know, that's my tactical avoidance maneuvers. I'll just fart really loud on a stream next time. It's fine. And yeah, every streamer farts on a stream. You don't hear it because they have their microphone tuned in a way that doesn't pick up. But I can guarantee you, there's been many times, I don't care who you're watching, I don't care if it's male, female, non-binary, whatever it is. And they've ripped ass on stream probably at least a dozen times. At least. I'll admit it, I've farted real loud a couple times. It looked up at the OBS and OBS didn't pick it up. I was like, yes! It's been bad. Listen, you know me. We saved our sword there. I'm always there for the reverse lurk. That just sounds weird and questionable in nature, but also kind of funny. Give me your reverse lurk, daddy. The great spaghetti. Me too! Yeah. Although I would want the bacon god, you know, bacon god's like, and bacon just comes flying out of his fingers, and you're just like, ah. Now I want some bacon. Bacon god, deliver. Didn't happen. Damn it, one too fat. One too many. But yeah, Ryan, I hope that the stuff that, you know, I kind of said and other people have said had kind of like resonates with you, and you kind of pick it up a little bit. Like I said, I'm no expert on the matter or anything like that, but I feel like I've done pretty good with myself. After a lot of issues, a lot of disappointments, and a lot of times where I thought I was gonna be forever alone, I found someone that I put a ring on, and that's I feel like that's a pretty good improvement over most. So Shmi, I'm going to you. Any fun travel things that you have planned? I know you've been doing all sorts of crazy travel stuff. 1784. We need 4K. That's all we need. I love how I said I was probably gonna go to like 3 and then call it. We've just been sitting here chatting things up, and I'm just still going. Alaska was great. Nice. That's what I like to hear. Was it dumb cold? And did it smell like fish? Hawaii is canceled. Boy, I wonder why Hawaii would be canceled. I feel like there's a natural disaster or something going on. I don't blame you, dude. What's going on in Hawaii right now is freaking terrifying, dude. Absolutely terrifying. Like an entire island pretty much on fire. Um, not on my bucket list to go and visit. I gotta say. Not high up in the priorities. I mean, you're not wrong. You know, if there's one thing that we can be sure of, you can absolutely cook some good meat in Hawaii right now.
Love you.
I love you too. She's judging me.
Yeah. I'll see you later.
Have fun. I would love to travel again. Okay, you know what? I haven't done this. I'm gonna need y'all to give me a hand here. And if one of you starts clapping, I'm throwing a cup at you. It's perfect temperature-wise in Alaska. Really? That's nice. Alright, so I've been talking about this for a couple weeks now. There's a job slash contract that I've been going back and forth in the works with, you know, trying to get it to be a done deal. Like I'll be starting to do some work for somebody, right? And I don't want to say who or what it is or anything like that just yet because I want to, you know, have it set in stone first. But it could be the biggest thing I've ever done, and it'll be super cool. It'll challenge me in a way that I've not been challenged in a long time. It'll be really, really fun to do, and I'll actually be getting paid for it, which is, you know, another big thing that I haven't had. I haven't actually been paid for a lot of the work that I've done in the past. I'm gonna need y'all to start manifesting that I get the email that I've been hoping for like 2 weeks now, because like if we get an email, we good to go. Like I'll be super busy, but it'll be the super busy that I'm actually like really excited to be. So I'm gonna need y'all to manifest that for me. All right. Cause yeah, it like even money aside, like this thing that I've been working to try to do is like, can pray for me. I appreciate that. Anything and everything. I don't want your luck for once. I just want some manifesting. Like money aside, getting paid aside. Like yes, obviously I want to be getting paid for this because it's going to be a very, very big, like very big task, right? It's going to be a task that takes a long time to do, and it'll be something that I'm working towards constantly. But it would be something that I've wanted to do on a scale that I've wanted to be able to do it. And I really, 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 really want to be able to do it. Like, it is by far probably the coolest thing that I will ever do. But work, that's kind of the opposite. Yeah, I mean, I don't care what it is. money, like I said, money aside, it would be the coolest thing I've ever done. Through and through, like, coolest thing ever. So I'm gonna need some manifestations from you guys, because you know, we need that to get going. I should probably call it. I said I was gonna call it around 3. Half hour later, we're still going. Somehow got into to the topic of porn and everything. Maybe we'll make this sword and we'll see how much money we actually made, because every sword I'm getting like 30 to 34,000 gold. So I might actually be up a little bit. I don't think I've made a mill off of it by any means, but like might have a little bit extra money. Damn it. Okay, listen. I'm trying to get the dried Kool-Aid that's making the slider on the top of my cup. You need a job too. So, if somehow this manifests and happens, I'll still be able to stream, but I'll probably have to reduce streams or be missing streams here and there. Because it's, like I said, it's going to be a gigantic task, but it's in content creation. Like, it will be a job that content creation will be a huge part of it, which makes it just that much better. So, damn it. Presto Manifesto, thank you. Yeah, I haven't talked much about it or really told anybody what it is, because, like, probably just in my mind, it's a bigger deal than it actually is, but, like, I don't want to be like, oh, well, this could be it, and then, you know, I turn around and it doesn't go through, and then it's just an even bigger, like, oh, well, that sucks, you know? I mean, it's probably dumb that I'm looking at it like that, but yeah, it could be, if I'm gonna be the whole asshole shallow person, the money from it. Benjamin Franklin was like that. I am Benjamin Franklin. The just the money from it in general would allow Dragon to focus less on work and focus more on school. She could cut her hours quite a bit. How many we at? We're at 2K. We're halfway there. Oh, we did make a mill. Hell yeah. Look at that. What? About an hour and a half, 2 hours in Giant's Foundry. We made about a mill. That's pretty nice. But yeah, like, so I always feel weird going and talking about, like, the money aspect of things, right? But just from the money side of things, Dragon would be able to step back and focus on her studies. She wouldn't have to worry about, you know, if we're able to pay bills or anything like that. Like, it would be pay enough that I'd be able to take care of things, and she could focus on her future, like I've been wanting her to be able to do for a long time. Bread roll? No. If it's not a baguette, I don't want it. But on top of that, like, it will allow me to be able to hit conventions, which for the job itself and for me would be huge. I'd be able to actually, like, live my life for the first time in I don't know how many years, and I would be living doing something that I love, which is something that I've started to believe that I can't do. And if the worst comes to where with mom and she isn't able to work anymore, it would be enough that if she gets disability or if she gets unemployment, whatever, I'd be able to help her out a little bit here and there if she needed it. So it's like, yeah, I don't want it just for the money, but yes, also the money from it would make it so all of this stuff that has been building up I can take care of finally and be able to help my mom again, who's helped me and Dragon out way more than she should have to, and everything else, you know. So it's a big thing. There's many different aspects of my life that if this works out will change, and it will change for the better. So yeah, that's why it's like I've been trying to manifest this, but I need you guys to start helping me manifest this because old King Boy needs that lucky break, you know what I mean? And it really sucks, and I wish either Dragon hadn't worked, oh god damn it, or my mom wasn't starting to get really bad with her back, because I had the chance to go meet up with them while they were in New York one weekend, and we probably would have gotten things worked out and everything going proper while in New York. Like I could have just driven over and met up with them, gone over everything and got everything set in motion going. But because like COVID started to really pick up again, and my mom with her back surgery, Dragon with working, like I couldn't make it out there, which sucks, but it delayed everything because now they got put behind because of New York, and they're like I've had some contact with them still, you know, hey, like is are we still going to be discussing, and they're like yes, just super busy, haven't been able to get to it, got super behind because of New York and just haven't been able to catch up yet. And it's like, oh, cuz quite literally all I need is for the person to be like, "All right, go for it." And then I don't need any more input. I can literally just start making all of this stuff happen, and they don't have to worry about anything. It's literally just like, give me the green light and we're good. That I requested, and I'll make some magic happen. But I have to wait for a green light. And I was the last email that I had was like Monday or Tuesday of this week, um, where they told me that they were super behind. They said that they were gonna get to it this week, so I'm hoping that means like they got to it and they're gonna be reviewing and going over everything, and hopefully like I was hoping by yesterday or today I would have heard something back, but it would be nice if you know, by the end of next week I hear something back or something. Like I just want to hear something. I'm so antsy about this, man. I just want to hear something. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. And I hope it's gonna be a Benjamin Franklin kind of situation, because with the radio silence as it's been, because they're behind, like my mind immediately is going like, oh, it's gonna get denied. I'm just gonna be told that it's never gonna happen. It's gonna be horrible. And it's because if you guys didn't know, old King Boy deals with anxiety. I was diagnosed with a pretty severe case of anxiety, and so you know, sitting here be like, oh my god, it's not gonna happen. It's like, you know. Okay, all right, listen. We're gonna go until we get a level, which should be like 1 or 2 more swords, and then that's for sure it. I want to work a little bit on the hardcore, and I want to get some food in me before I get into anything too crazy on the hardcore. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should just start talking about it more. Like, not just be like, oh, there's a job. It's like, maybe I should just, you know, say that what I'm excited for and what I'm excited about with it. I don't know. What I'll actually look more towards Shmi if you're still listening. What are your thoughts on that? Like, a potential job, potential work that you're going towards. It's not really set in stone yet, but it's not like there's an NDA in place either. Like, how would you approach it? Would you keep it to yourself, or would you be like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get this job from this place? I asked me because he's been the one in the workforce the most. And he's a part of the upper echelon of the workforce. It depends. Alright, what are we depending on? You normally talk about it though? See, what my mind immediately went to was like, yeah, I'm excited about it, but like if I talk about it and they didn't want me to talk about it for whatever reason, then it's like, oh, well, I already talked about this. This is awkward. I mean, I don't know if I personally would necessarily be too worried about that, because I think one more sword will do it. Like so all right, I was approached about this job. I was approached to do this. It wasn't like I reached out to them. They reached out to me for it. So I mean, I'm not really worried, I guess, as much about it going to someone else, because yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's a possibility of it, because like it's not like it's a super top secret mission and I'm going like Mission Impossible style crawling through vents and stuff like that, right? But at the same time, I don't know. It's weird. I don't I actually I truly don't know how to approach it or what to think of it. You're gonna steal my job, do it. You won't, no balls. Oh, hiccup. But yeah, because I was the one who was approached by it, like I'm not really worried that someone else would take the job, because you know they wanted me to do this, not somebody else. If they wanted somebody else and they were looking for anybody, then they would have approached other people or put out a thing for people to apply to or something like that, right? Like, this was thieving XP. What about it? Oh, oh, you're gonna steal my job and get the thieving XP. I got you. So like, I'm not, and it's a very niche kind of job that even if they had other people wanting to take it, it would be a little bit more difficult to find people who have experience with it, and I do have experience with it. So I don't know. I'm not really worried too much about that. I think I'm more worried that like because of the size of this job, the cost may be higher than what they were expecting. I think is my biggest worry. And like I did, oh, god damn it. I did a ridiculous amount of uh research whenever, because like I was told, all right, this is what we want. This is how we want to do it. Work out a budget. And I was like, what kind of budget are you talking? And it was like my pay and any money that I would need for it. And so like I did extensive research because I always always fear that I'm either asking too much or too little. And even now I feel like it may be one or the other. Um but like it's, I don't know, right? And so my research brought back one thing, and it was pretty high up there, but you know I went lower than what it was, right? And like, hey, this is going to be a better deal. The overall cost of everything is going to be lower than what is to be expected if they would go somewhere else, you know. And so it's like, I don't know if I'm just undercutting myself and I could have asked for more for it, for more, because more I have, the more leeway I have to be able to do things with it. Or if it's like it's too much because they weren't going to be able to afford that. They were hoping it was going to be cheaper. It's like, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's like, ugh. All right, let's see. Are we going to get the level here? Nope. We are 2k experience away from getting the level. 1,500 points. Not bad. Giants Foundry? Yeah, we got 2 Unsires and got the Jar of Miasma and a piece of the Abyssal Bludgeon today, and I was like, all right, we hit 100 kill count. We're just gonna go and chill, and we've just been chilling and chatting since. How you doing there, Socks? Don't mind us. We've been talking about anything and everything, and there's a job that I've been really hoping that I hear back from because it'd be really good. Trying to get Gauntlet down. What are you having problems with? Is it still the resource collection? Damn it, I'm not gonna get it. Because I walked away. I hate when it does that. You panic at the boss fight? Yeah, the boss fight is ridiculous. It took me a long time, and honestly, I really didn't expect for me to be as comfortable at the boss fight as I was yesterday. But it took me quite a bit of time. I mean, I want to say I have a total of like 34, 35 Corrupt Gauntlet completions, but between the regular gauntlet and the Corrupt Gauntlet, I'm sitting somewhere around like 150 to 200 attempts and most of them I failed at. I have 50 regular and 30 some odd corrupt kill count. So it's tough. And it it's kind of RNG based. Like if you have a big spurt where you just deal no damage, it almost feels like the fight is doomed because you just missed out on so much time to damage. It kind of sucks. Hey, sweetie. Dancer came up to say howdy. We're gonna have 95 smithing here, guys. Only got 2 kill count. Yeah, that sounds about how it was whenever I first started trying to learn it. Seriously, I could probably hit 96 smithing today. If I finished up Giant's Foundry here, like greenlogged the foundry and then went to adamant plate bodies, I could easily hit 60 or 96. We're about to hit 95 right now. Most of them at stage 3, you just need to worry about dodging more than attacking. So one of the biggest things that I was told, and it helped me a lot, if you're caught during a moment where the Hunlift changes style that they're attacking you with, and yay, 95 smithing. That's nice. How many points we got? 2683. So if like you're on the floor and the floor is like, oh, we're gonna be lava, or there's tornadoes chasing after you, it's best if you run or you like move into a safe spot or start moving before changing your prayer, because the floor and the tornadoes always hit you while the Hunlift has a chance to splash. So I don't know if that will help, but that's kind of how I do it. I probably should just keep doing Giant's Foundry. I'm probably gonna call it for the day still, but I'll probably keep up with Giant's Foundry here. No, it's 4 o'clock. I gotta get food. I gotta actually get stuff done. I need a shower. Went and cleaned Mama Bullet's place yesterday and it was bad. Well, bad in her eyes. Wasn't like horrible, like dirt was piling up, but it definitely needed a good cleaning. And after we got home, we didn't get home till like 10:30. I was like, I'm just getting a shower tomorrow. I ain't gonna try to get one tonight. Screw that noise. So I do think this is where I'm gonna be ending the stream for now. I'll just yawn and almost fall asleep, guys. Don't you worry about that. So for now, thank you guys so much for coming in, larking, chatting, hanging out, all that fun stuff. I will be back tomorrow. I don't know quite what we're gonna do tomorrow. I didn't really expect to sit here and like go from Abyssal Sire to just chatting about stuff while doing Giant's Foundry. But it was a nice little fun stream. I enjoyed it. Uh Not a lot of times we just sit and chat anymore, so I quite enjoy it. I appreciate all the likes. We are closing in on our like goal more and more every stream, which is great. Um yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. If you guys have any ideas of what we should do tomorrow, let me know. And yeah, I will see all of you guys tomorrow. If I can say tomorrow any more times, I'm gonna do it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.